How different are your lives today compared to this same time last year?
It feels unreal. I know it happened. It's still hard to accept the reality of it. I knew that there was a gun, but where that shot was coming from, I didn't know. And it was a very, kind of brought me to a dark place. We were really trying to save our lives. So what has happened in this year, when I think that night, though, I had to try to save my friends' lives and I saw them die. I just played dead because I couldn't, where I was positioned, I couldn't see everything, but I was able to hear a lot in that way. And, all the stuff that went through my mind in that moment after that day, I had to slow down.
Has trauma from the incident impacted your everyday life?
I'm not the same person that I was, and neither is my daughter. We are more nervous, I think. We are more attentive and look around. We check in with each other, like, how do you feel? Are we okay? What's going to happen?
In the immediate aftermath of last October, we talked about the need for more ASL interpreters to raise awareness that this is a community which exists in our state, and your calls for hospitals to end the use of video interpreters in medical settings. Has your advocacy resulted in any positive changes?
When I think of the hospital and doctor visits, regardless of where you go or to any business, I don't know that they're all ready to make the changes or to meet our expectations. Not always recognizing what it is that we need for interpreter services. They have their policy and they think that video relay interpreting will be effective. We prefer to have somebody there in person. It makes it easier to connect and communicate and understand each other. I recognize they're working on it. There's a long way to go. We recognize there's a shortage of interpreters. And so we're really trying to get good quality folks into the medical field. On October 25th, 2023, when that night happened and the hospital went into lockdown, the interpreters were not allowed in. And I think that's a huge issue because everyone needed to have that access, the doctors as well as the patients. And so I see that they needed to at least, whether they're in a lockdown situation as frontline workers, and I understand that it was an emergency situation and they're concerned about safety, but I think that in particular really needs to be remedied.
And we have seen some change with ASL interpreters at many more official news conferences now. And as media, we've adjusted how we show news conferences, making sure to include interpreters on screen when they are present.
There are several services in Maine that do provide sign language interpreters as well, but there simply just aren't enough interpreters to meet all of the demand. According to the Registry of Interpreters for the Deaf, there are 77 certified interpreters in Maine, but they don't all have the same certifications, and only 61 of them are listed as available for freelance work.
Most of the interpreters are in southern Maine. There are several who do not have towns listed, but for those who do, there are none in the northern half of the state or in Washington County. The National Interpreter Certification process requires passing multiple exams, testing knowledge in a range of areas, including, of course, language knowledge, as well as ethical decision-making and cultural responsiveness.